Good afternoon, children. Welcome to today's politics class. Okay, our last class I started to explain about marginalization. Okay, in my last video I started to explain about marginalization. Okay, we started a lesson that is understanding marginalization. Okay, in that I detailed explain about marginalization. What is marginalization? Marginalization means when groups of people or communities are being excluded from the majority because of their language or customs or religion. Okay, that is known as marginalization. Okay, they are excluded from the majority because of their language, customs or religion. One example we can say that is Adivasis or tribes we can take. Okay, they are the example of marginalized group because they are practicing different language and different customs. Okay, and because of that they are excluded from the majority. Okay, the majority is giving less value, so that is why they are marginalized because they are practicing certain customs and practices, and they are speaking different languages, so they are not like the majority, so that is why they are excluded from the majority, and we are less valuing them, we are not giving dignity for them, so that is known as marginalization. Okay, other example, minorities and women, sometimes women and minorities and other backward groups are example of marginalization. They are also marginalized groups. Okay, so the certain groups of people or communities may feel marginalized because why they feel marginalized because they speak a different language or being to a different religious groups. Okay, from the majority. Okay, so that is why they feel they are marginalized. That is why they are not coming in front of the society. They are always back side of the society. They are not coming the center or a side. Okay, side of the society. Always they are. Okay, so that is known as marginalization. Actually, this marginalization is inequality. They also have the equal right. Okay, what kinds of rights we are enjoying, that rights they also need to get. That is not getting, that is because they are marginalized and they are the back side or side of the society. Okay, so today I am going to explain about who are Adivasis. Okay, who are Adivasis. I explain about that one. Okay, one of the important marginalized group Adivasis. So detailedly I explain about Adivasis. Okay, we can start our class. Okay, children, who are Adivasis? The people who lived in close association with the forest are known as Adivasi. Okay, who are living nearby the forest, who are depending the forest for their survival, that people, that groups of people were known as Adivasis tribes. Okay, so the people who lived in close association with the forest are known as Adivasis. Okay, around 80% of India's population is Adivasis. Around 80% of India's population is Adivasis, and they are very less, and they are marginalized group also because these Adivasis are practicing different customs and practices, and they are speaking different languages, and so they are excluded from the majority. Okay, that type of people were known as Adivasis. Okay, in Wayanad also there are many Adivasis are there. The Paniya is one group of Adivasi, Kurichas is there, and many other Naikar, many other Adivasis are there. Okay, so if you go through Muttanga side, they can nearby the forest, many Adivasi houses we can see. Okay, colonies. Okay, so they are depending the forest and taking the forest produce. Okay, in Kerala, our Adivasi groups are some of developed. Okay, because the modern technology also they are using and living. But in northern area, the real Adivasis, they are now also depending the forest and they are living. Such kinds of peoples were known as people were known as Adivasis. Okay, Adivasi societies are also most distinctive because there is often very little hierarchy among them. Okay, there very little hierarchy. That means in our modern society, we are following caste system in Hindu society. They are following caste system. Higher caste and lower caste is there. Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya. That is a hierarchical system. Okay, above and below. Okay, above Brahmins, then below who Kshatriya, then below Kshatriya who is Vaishya, then below Shudra, like that. So that is a grading system. Okay, hierarchy. If you take a police, there is DGP is there, Director General of Police is there. Then IG, Inspector General of Police is there. Then SP is there, the head of the district, Superintendent of Police, and Circle Inspector is there, CI is there. Then SI, Sub-Inspector, like that is a grading system. So that is known as hierarchical system. But in modern society, we are following who this modern Hindu society also following this caste system also now also. Actually, it is a inequality we already studied. But in modern society, now also it is following. But in Adivasi, these kinds of hierarchical system is not there. They are in group, they are equal. It is one of the speciality of the Adivasi. They are equal in the group. They are not divided. They are not divided based on job or occupation. Everyone are equal in the Adivasi groups. They are living together and respecting each other and practicing high culture. And like that they are living. But actually we are thinking that they are less valued community. They are not well cultured. But in their community they are well cultured and they are practicing well customs and all these things. Okay. But the modern society, majority they are believing that Adivasis are not good. They are not standard. But they are standard because they have their own culture and language and religion and all these things. Okay. Then the religious practice and the languages of Adivasis is totally different from the majority. Okay. So the religious practices and the languages of Adivasis is totally different from the majority. We know that is the Paniya group. They are one type of language they are using. Which one? We are using not our Malayalam is they are not using. They have their own language. Okay, and that do not have script also. That is a colloquial language that they are using. Okay, so these religious practices, and the languages of Adivasis are totally different from the majority because the Adivasi they don't have temple or such kinds of system. They don't know how. They are believing the nature. They are believing nature. That is a system of the Adivasi. They often are involved in the worship of ancestors, spirits like this, river spirits, animal spirits, okay, mountain spirits, okay, like that beliefs they have. Then, so they are very, in the 19th century they are very important. They were very important because states and empires were dependent on the Adivasis for the forest resources. Okay, so Adivasis were these empires and states were dependent on the Adivasis for the forest produce. Okay, that is known as about Adivasis. Okay, the tribes or Adivasis have always lived in the areas which are generally hilly or in the thick forest. Okay, around 8% of India's population is Adivasis. Then Adivasi societies are also most density because they are not, the hierarchical system is not existed there. They are equally sharing and living there, and the religious practice is entirely different from the us. Okay, so that is about the Adivasis. And another one important thing is that Adivasis is influenced by modern society, and like that many changes happened. Okay, they are influenced by the modern Hindu society. Like that they also started to believe Vishnu or Shiva. Okay, we studied in 7th standard Jagannatha cult in history. Jagannatha. Okay, actually that is a Adivasi god. Okay, tribes god. One Jagannatha. Later, what happened? Influence of the Hindu society. The Hindu society changed. That is a Vishnu, the image of Vishnu. So like that, some changes happened in the Adivasi group. So they are influenced by minority, that is Muslims and Christians, and also the Hindu society. So that is why they are influenced by that, and such kinds of practice also they started to follow. Example of Jagannatha cult in Orissa and Shakti and Tantric traditions. All these are traditions. Okay, Bengal and Assam. So during the 19th century, these Adivasis converted to Christianity. Emergence of Christianity in India. Because of the influence of Christianity, some of the Adivasis groups converted to the Christianity. So that is about Adivasis. Then India's population 8% I already said. Then Adivasis are most areas, that is Jamshedpur, Rourkela, Bokaro and Bilal among others. They are the these industrial areas. Also they are located in that areas. Okay, so these are today's class. I explained what are the points, today's important points, that is who the people who lived in close association with the forest are known as Adivasis. Around 80% of India's population is Adivasis. Then Adivasi scribes are also most distinct because there is often very little hierarchy among them. Okay. The hierarchy also I explained. Then the religious practices and the languages of Adivasis is totally different from the majority. Then they often are involved in the worship of ancestors, that is village and village spirits and natural spirits like mountain spirits, river spirits and animal. They are believing in nature. Okay. Then till the 19th century, the states and empires were dependent on the Adivasi for the forest resources, and also many changes happen because of the modern society's influence. Many changes also happen. That is why the different religions, Christianity, Buddhist, Muslims, and Bhakti movement also influence these Adivasis, and like that changes happen. That is one of the example of Jagannatha cult in Orissa. Actually, that is a Adivasi god. Later of the influence of the modern society, it is changed to Vishnu. So that is known. So that is about Indian Adivasis. Okay, I think you understood very well. Now you have to read the chapter and underline important points. And many times you have to read and underline important points. If you have any doubt, you can call me also. Okay, thank you for listening my class. Okay.